Okay, never mind. Find an equation of the tangent line to the curve at a given point. We already looked at the square root. I would like to choose other function and any other function from here. Or you can make one up. We don't have to use any of these. I like to look at a rational function. We already looked at the quadratic. We can look at a rational function now. If that's okay with you, I'll do that. If not, we'll find something else. I didn't get any answer, so I don't know. Any preference?
Yeah, the 7 would be good.
Okay, so then this is 7, so y equals x plus 2 over x minus 3. This should be absolutely no news to us. Okay, we've done this. We determined the difference quotient for something like this. What we did not determine, we did not determine at that time f prime because we did not know what the limit meant. So denominator is h, then this is x plus 2 over x minus 3. So what am I missing? Can anyone dictate this part?
That's the x plus h, right?
That's it. Awesome. Very good. That's it. Good. We know what's going to happen. The numerator will get rid of all the terms without h, maybe even more. I don't care. But at least those have to go away. Eventually, this will go away. And I find the function that gives the rate of change of this function at any point, including this point. How do I know the function is differentiable there? Well, you'll see in a moment that 2 is in the domain of the function and also in the domain of the derivative. So we are asked to find the equation of the tangent at this point. So I have to use y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. I have x1, which is 2. I have y1, which is negative 4. What I'm looking for is this. How do I get it? Once I have the derivative function, I plug in 2 to get the slope. Is that clear to everyone? Because this function will give us the rate of change or the slope at any point where the function is differentiable. It's not differentiable at 3 because it's not continuous. So you cannot ask me to find f prime of 3 ever because I won't be able to give it to you. The function is not continuous at 3. But at any other point, yes. But I have to find this function and plug in 2 in it. And then I have the slope at 2. And then the point is there, 2 comma negative 4. Okay, so what is the next step for this function? We've seen this before. We started with this because I know that this is one of the most important topics. So what will be the next step, please?
Rationalize the numerator.
We don't have radicals.
Okay.
We rationalize,
Denominator.
find the least common denominator. Very good. In the numerator. Okay, can anyone give it to us?
You would just,
Go ahead.
multiply
Yes.
the second one by h. So x plus 2 over x minus 3, multiply that by h.
So first of all, we have to subtract 2 fractions. I have to subtract this fraction with this denominator from this fraction with that denominator. I cannot subtract fractions if they don't have the same denominator. So I have to find the least common denominator.
X plus h minus 3 times x minus 3.
Very good. It's the product of the two. They have nothing in common. Please go back and rewatch. Please, I'm begging you. Okay, so what do we need to multiply the numerator by of this fraction and the numerator by of this fraction?
the first one you would multiply by x minus 3, and then the second one by x plus h minus 3.
Exactly what it does not have. Thank you very much. Who was that?
Brianna?
Thank you. Perfect. So now carefully, let's multiply. X times h, x times 2. Negative 3 times x, negative 3 times h, negative 3 times 2. This is what I'm going to do. I have 6 terms to write, and as you know, I will always run out of room. There is no secret there. So x squared plus xh plus 2x minus 3x minus 3h minus 6. 6 terms. X times x times h, x times 2, negative 3 times x, negative 3 times h, negative 3 times 2. Now I will start with x. Multiply all these 3, and then 2. Multiply all these 3, but do not forget about the minus in front. X times x with minus in front. X times h with minus in front. X times negative 3 with minus in front. 2 times x with minus in front. I'm going to put a point here and continue here. Of course, you knew that I was not going to be able to fit it in. So 2 times x with minus in front. 2 times h with minus in front. And then 2 times negative 3 with minus in front. So that point, I'm going to just put it with a square so it's not considered a product or something. Okay, I'm sure you can fit this in. I just have to write big for everyone to see. Sorry about that. Okay, so as expected, these two go away. Even these two go away. Even better. These two go away. Perfect. These two go away. Yes, please. These two go away. Yes. So this and this. There is nothing else. Everything else is gone. So here, I'm continuing here, the limit as h approaches 0, and this is h over 1. I will flip it. So the denominator is h, x minus 3, x plus h minus 3. Can anyone give us the numerator?
Negative 3h minus 2h, or negative 5h.
That's it. Awesome. H goes away. Exactly what we expected. The first step, all terms without h must go. The h in the denominator must go. Now I will drop the limit operator because I apply it. Once I apply it, I cannot copy it ever again. Can anyone give us this limit, which represents the derivative function?
Minus 5 over x minus 3.
So minus 5 over
X minus 3. Then x minus 3.
So how do I write that?
Squared.
That's it. Awesome. This is f prime of x. I have to find f prime of 2. One more time. Why? So back to my previous page. So I have y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1, where I'm given 2 comma negative 4. 2 comma negative 4. This piece is nothing else but f prime of 2. Can anyone give us f prime of 2? Anyone? Christine, do you want to try?
Is it 5?
So 2 minus 3.
Like
Say it again.
No, go ahead.
2 minus 3 is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is 1. Negative 5 divided by 1 is?
Oh, negative 5.
Perfect. That's it. Y minus negative 4. That's why I wrote them like this, so I don't have to put too many parentheses. Is y plus 4 equals negative 5 x minus 2. I always have to solve for y. This is what we are always looking for in determining the equation of a line. So y plus 4 equals negative 5 plus 10. And I have to move 4 to the other side. It becomes negative. So then y equals negative 5x plus 6. What does this represent? So the graph of this function, let me think for a second. What was the function? X plus 2 over x minus 3. Yeah. And the point was 2 comma negative 4. So at 2 comma negative 4, no, the slope is not, that's not a good graph. So if this is the case, if this is 2 comma negative 4, this is the slope of the tangent, which is negative 5, which is nothing else but f prime of 2. And the equation of this line is y equals negative 5x plus 6. I did not graph the function. The function could be this way. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to illustrate what this really means. This is not good because the slope is not positive. So I can't have this situation. But it could be this or it could be this. We can graph it with a graphing calculator. Well, we don't need to. We're not asked to do that. I just wanted you to understand what this represents. But I cannot graph a positive slope. It has to be a negative slope. Any questions? Okay, oh, I got the screenshot from Isaac, so let's see if I can open it. Yes, I was able to open it. Okay, let me share this with everyone. Where are you guys? Okay, I'm almost there. I was just trying to find you. Okay, so you're saying that this is 4 or 5? Oh, I cannot see 5, so I'm assuming it's 4. Guess the value of this limit. Very good. So let's take a look. We, I think, grew out of plugging in numbers. We are way beyond that. So this is page 4. So let me write the limit. So limit as x approaches infinity from x to the 5th over 5 to the x. Okay, so they want us to use a graphing calculator. We can do that too. Okay, so here is the situation. I could explain this a little bit better and easier in the next chapter, in chapter 3. But for now, I'm just going to say this function towards infinity will never ever grow as fast as this one. I never thought or envisioned in my career that I would say that this is a scary function. It is a scary function. It's 5 to the x. When it comes to a pandemic, for example, this is a scary function. That's why when we graph the exponential, we said we would love to see this. We would love to see this. But this is the worst possible because this is the fastest possible growth of any function. So this, even if it's x to the 5th, it will always eventually be taken by this. So the answer will be 0 because this grows much faster than that. So now I'm going to share my screen and I'll show you why in the next chapter in a different way. So let me, where are you guys? Okay, I see you. Okay, so let me go to this. So now in y equals, we want to put this function, which is x to power 5. You know me, I need to have parentheses. No, I'm not in love with parentheses, but some calculators really require it, and I want everyone to be able to work on this. So 5 power x. So we're going to plug in some values that they want. So second and table, and I'm going to start with 50 and move on to 100 and move on to something like this. Right. So it cannot even handle it. But 1 times 10 to negative 60 is 0. So negative 60 means here, e to negative 60 means 10 to negative 60. So this will be 0.59 zeros. 12676. Who cares? It's 0. Again, this will be much easier to show you why in chapter 3. And I promise I'll go back to it. Was this the question?
Yeah, I'm gonna check it now. I'm gonna check if it's right.
So if you fail to put parentheses or who knows what in the graphing calculator, then it will not give you the correct answer. So you have to be very careful how you enter it.
Yeah, it's saying error for me in my calculator.
In your calculator, yes, it said error in my calculator as well. But because it cannot handle it, the numbers will become too big. The calculator cannot handle it. But it's not error, it's 0. You don't have to move on to the next level. When you plug in 100 and you get this, the next one will be even smaller than this. So the answer is 0. You don't enter anything else. Is that clear?
Yeah, that's clear. Thank you.
So right here, you just have to enter 0.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, perfect. Do we have other questions? Very good. Thank you for bringing this up. Do we have other questions? Anything else? Okay, then back. I'm going to share my screen back too. So let's go to